atena ha che ombeboa wo ma wonsa ka won krata na se wedi edro nso a eyo mo kokokra eba ne nipa setena mu eni adwuma mu nsem bia omudi mu akotene pa omo wo mre di mani pa bia na de eni ka wo mu mpo ne se no consultation fee.
Fortwell Solicitors always puts our clients' needs first. We specialize in all UK visa applications, detention and deportation cases, student and work points-based work permit applications from both UK and abroad. Fortwell Solicitors also deals with long residence and human rights applications outside the immigration rules. Don't wait till last minute. Fortwell Solicitors is located at
Unit 1, ground floor, Katrina House, 58 Clarendon Road, London, N80DJ. Nearest tube station, Tempark Lane and Wood Green. Overground, Hornsey Station. Buses 41 to Archway and 144 to Maswa Hill. For more info, call 0203 3257 030. Call our 24-hour line on 0754 8701 011. Website www.fortwellsolicitors.com.
Opening hours Monday to Friday 9:30 to 5:30 p.m.
Thursday Beyonce Young Milton Keynes.
Fortwell Solicitors is regulated by SRA.
Fortwell Solicitors.
You are listening to GN Radio UK.
Sound back.
Last week about our clients so some of a student who sent some no lawyer bro soon MIA who near my SSA yes a bassy per se student application bia nene yes a queer na edin komo ede afa ho separating with children no a bar a year immigration and family law the SSA hu a bank kwala nsemu a the SSA hu ene ho komo ene ye de eba wa kwan so time kutu netie ene de wo ma wo na se lawyer anusia ebebie eye phone lines no atomu na wafre abusa question se nye de lawyer eba no ede eba no so question na eno so ye ma ho kwan na se ye wa personal question bi na ye quick one misre wa eno so ye ma ho kwan ma wo de eba dwumadie so min se bre no ma me enko na me ma eye lawyer akwaba na afa ye mfa eye dwumadie no enhyehye so e wo sa kwan no eso right lawyer good morning. If I try to make her. Okay. Yeah. Lamp I try to make her. Mr. Main to wonka. Mr. Main. Pachote. Okay. Abusia. Maybe I see na my face a bit to me at a lawyer and Timmy come maintaining and into no if I show a Mukutu money. Maybe I see I made an who Basisi and Afri. My hair, Nayama.
Yeah, Sisi Amekasa would say.
And Pachafi Diaba. A back a crab at a kit to be maintained on your crackers.
Oh, sir. Oh, okay.
mmeranimfoɔ a yɛwɔ English abrokyimai mu ha yɛatoedi yɛnyɛ mmeranimfoɔ a wɔn akwadare wɔ mmeran mu a pɔtɔ kasa mu yɛkasa a lawyer ntimi nuanom momyɛmfa yɛ immigration nsɛm nyinaa ɛnkɔ dan wɔn Fortwell Solicitors mmeranimu akukudurofo sɛ watena ha kyɛ ɔmo bɛboa wo ma wo nsa ka wɔn krata na sɛ wadi aduro nso a ɛyɛ ɔmo kɔkɔ koraa ɛba ne nipa asetena mu ɛne adwuma mu nsɛm biara ɔmo di mu akɔtene paa ɔmo wɔ mmere di ma nipa biara na deɛ ɛni ka wɔ mu mpo ne sɛ no consultation fee.
Fortwell Solicitors always puts our clients' needs first. We specialize in all UK visa applications, detention and deportation cases, student and work points-based work permit applications from both UK and abroad. Fortwell Solicitors also deals with long residence and human rights applications outside the immigration rules. Don't wait till last minute. Fortwell Solicitors is located at
Unit 1, ground floor, Katrina House, 58 Clarendon Road, London, N80DJ. Nearest tube station, Tempark Lane and Wood Green. Overground, Hornsey Station. Buses, 41 to Archway and 144 to Maswa Hill. For more info, call 0203 3257 030. Call our 24-hour line on 0754 8701 011. Website www.fortwellsolicitors.com.
opening hours Monday to Friday 9:30 to 5:30 p.m.
Thursday Beyonce Young Milton Keynes.
Fortwell Solicitors is regulated by SRA.
Fortwell Solicitors.
na yenko yenim fefefe ewo sa kwan no so lawyer afi de mete won kapa ntino me ye ko ye wo life ano no ntino me ma akwa babiem lawyer good morning.
Good morning Mama Len.
Me pa cho boko de
Oh nyame adom boko na pa cho won so e
yesu adom me ho eye pa lawyer sabre de me pa cho chia ye tiefo na yenko yenim kakra
mpacho yo anopa we me chia Muhammad journey on Facebook and radio so ni YouTube ni bebia motie obia me mamo achi me mamo aha anopa we your friend lawyer Daniel Koi me fi Fortwell Solicitors so wonte enka eda ye based North London it's not say ohwe ye ben Wood Green Station ye ben Hornsey Station yeah, ben Tempark Lane Station. Any of these train stations ninya no obedu honoma obetimi ananti efi honoma abaye office honoma kama yeah offer free consultation into any legal advice bia obewo ewo areas I practice woni ninya no say ofre na our question bia betimi eyi ano ama without any initial consultation fees. Apart from that and also no yeah, immigration, anything immigration beyond ejuma. Say ebia uwo business be now person okofa and crofo ever boa can assist you with that. Employment issues or any employment issues I bet me abua whether say we are the employee when we ejuma mo be bet me abua also now running business now our company now here any look say we contracts or policies and also bet me abua redundancies ne discrimination issues ni nyano bet me abua sa ejuma no so yeah boa and also with civil litigation and wills and probate and also yeah adia yeah ejuma na one other big area ayeta yeah ejuma pa family law intino net topic yeah ba discuss no family law kakra na asanso afa immigration so kakra intino that is another area yeah ejuma internet is very, very important. Says sometimes with the Juma Ekoma Obia, you need to understand say it be a little corner. Now I join also the immigration assembly by now family issues and so and this other comma obi now say any knowledge of family issues are me cause problems among internet and net topic is very, very, very important at moment. Into the normal at this stage, and I think some of your introduction in the AU major floor number.
Thank you Ebusia lawyer Daniel Coy na yete ne nka o chirimu wa chirimu ababesia me ehu eye omo fapem de omo eye enti se de utie yenda ne da nyina no na se ya advice so se assembly na chire wo so about family law immigration sense nyina se Fortwell na odi wani chire na de koda wo mu no mo atimi aboa wo pepepe e wo sa kwan so
I'm so voice in the sound call down view. My name is Soka Crash, so wait me. Me too, Kaka Cryers.
Mr. Producer, baby, I will be a hena etoto name ye farmer me in dase. Na lawyer and Kamia said family law a year mo but tired and ding pano. And I see a bidding more at the affair a year family law any immigration who so and some kakra. I am brow so na FIA remu say eba enkwala afemu ene de ne wo ma ye fa family law ho ayesre wa fa ye remu na afi wo kasa no wanu sini e question bi e bebusa e wo sa kwan so
you say eba no family issues any immigration it comes hand in hand say yenya yenima na saying one of the biggest na say a plan a enkofo efa so editina krom ha say what we call family life and I say article 8 where everybody has a right to a family life into say krom ha say na ye human rights laws now it gives everybody say ebusua krom ha say nkwa then you should have a relationship and I say you should have that right and say wouldn't family mubetina krom ha say and pencil the brain what that means and they say biawafre wabitina krom has stay for a number of years uni enkrata na pese do kofi na person unya wonkrata one of the bases and they say biawaware obi or enkrata or British as okra indefinite leave to remain and answer okra pre-settled status and as okra settled status because of EU national minya a point enkrofo efa so editina krom ha say another a point enso enkrofo edifa so editina krom ha say having parental relationship ebia na ekola bi e krom ha say wona wo hwe no wo parental relationship with that person and also a point enkrofo bebre efa so na omoditina krom ha say say ye hwemu a ye beka say ye bo enkrata ho enkomo eni ade ye immigration enkomo but a pain bebre and as a point bebre so no e sound so family issues so because in ya nim say once a family a human institution enko ade enye ade a ninya no ebe fa ne kwan so there will be times there will be problems, there will be issues, and when those issues arises implications are what emma for immigration when who ensem ni babebo who komo ene now one of the common queries arise following breakdown of parental relationship yes who has a right to make decisions relating to a child mama len unim say nkrofo bebre enkrata omudi gina so krom has say 2.5 years 2.5 years because wawo obi oni obi awo akola na British and as oni obi awo akola na ha say for 7 years na mo gina akola no so di enya enkrata say relationship breakdown ebemu the question is when a work parental responsibility when it's making any decisions relating to that child and ordinary any parent of that child ever work parental responsibility and sometimes there might be people or family members almost interest or akwalani mu inti almost let me akoje BDFN parental responsibility or court and now say on the application and I say family members na kasa back together no man can say you perceive the responsibility Emma grandparent and I say perceive the responsibility Emma auntie B and I say older sibling parental responsibility not necessarily say they Emma the biological father and the biological mother David say bibi to assembly eba any family member within the family, everything about forward. Now I make application. I call family court for permission. Say, yeah, man, a parental responsibility. Into following a divorce, and yet the assumption is not say, oh, akwarane de say okutina ma mene chain, and now I say ma mene pen say making decisions in relation to akwarane. It's not say it doesn't work like that. Anybody or parental responsibility can make those important decisions. Now, we say a ban a crime so and that will be a parental responsibility. Parental responsibility is normally given to anybody or named or birth certificate. Also, into the say a birth certificate. We have the mother and then we have the father section. The only challenge or problem that we may have, is a situation whereby there's a birth certificate without the name of the father being mentioned on the birth certificate. In UK, unlike other territories and other countries such as Ghana, even to me, I can register Akwala without necessarily adding the name of the father at the time of registration. Into a number of times we've seen birth certificates whereby the father is not named on that birth certificate. It's just the mother who is there. If that is the case, the father may not necessarily have parental responsibility for that child, simply because only proves or no a year Akwala a papa. And when that is the issue, and as that's the case, there are legal steps that father with me take and making sure say Nidin will be mentioned on that birth certificate, and as that person will be declared as a father with parental responsibility. In fact, remember, learn there's a difference between you being named as a father, and then there's a difference between you having parental responsibility for that child, especially for parents who are not named on the child's birth certificate. Into the ceremony or baby ewo akwala na se udi eni akwala na awoda enkrata aswa. The fact say udi eni sono will mean say you may not have parental responsibility. And if you want it, you will have to make an application to the court for you to get for you to obtain that. If you we advise people say entiasie bi ejuma na obane obemane betimi etinase na omaye enhyehyɛ ho near the Bermani din ato awoda enkrata no so a ebe save obia headache and cost expenses. When the crazy lawyers and oba because if you see asem eco court, but we also have good practice whereby we will say ideally obane Berman mon try some obede share na kasa rather than we resorting to the court processes, because if we resort to the court processes, it can be very expensive, it can be time consuming, it will be stressful, and it always have effects on both parties or more de assembly court. And Sana will be named as and I answer the will be parental responsibility. I did any award and craft has no. You bet me I application for declaration of parentage. Basically, your baby application court and say, when are we papa no? You should be declared as the father of that child. And sign your application for parental responsibility. Of course, so we do any award and craft, so you cannot simply say parental responsibility when you have not been named the father. Into the application, the court in the back say, okay, me passing a see our body dino or no manner and as or no a plan. When that normally happens, the court will order say DNA test. Of course, me and papa be a baby say akulana but without any proof. Say say akulana without any proof. Therefore, we didn't enter so and as a parental responsibility. And because we be ever sad, when those issues come up, one of the orders the courts may make is say DNA test, especially if the mother do not agree, so when we akolane papa say akolane mama eba court na obeka say oh he does not, or I say she does not have any issue you being named as the father of the child. The DNA may not be necessary. But if the mother comes up in court and says say only the on Jim to say yenfa parental responsibility and as you declare as the father of the child, that is when a judge may order say yanko ye DNA na ye make sure say ampa una we ye akwala na papa. And if that happens, of course you may declare as the father of the child, and going forward, if it means to add the parental responsibility at the amount, which is very, very, very important. Now, say our reject a bimwa, can it have any implication or visa and as a immigration status? The answer is yes. So we terminate any relationship that will mean that there will be a material change or circumstances more, then it can affect any application and as a visa app will also internet say uba chrome has say because worry and as a worry now fan so and our back room has say and also say we are live to remain based on the fact that our relationship will be with our baby and as a bema be or spouse visa so has say now before visa our really and as a relationship it is very, very, very important so you understand that the basis and as the reason why I and because of the relationship that you have in the UK. If that relationship is no longer in existence, then Home Office for me issue a settlement letter, me actual letter say, but ye are not at the frontier and Kratana and that's so Emma, which me in Yanua, Yebeji and Kratano Iden, if you want some. And of course, if you are trying to the if you want some, so there are processes which will go into detail shortly. Now, when our reject a bar and as a relationship when a break it down, there is no presumption say Aquilano should live with one parent over the other. Into that misconception and answer be a war on say, oh, Obani Bema a Jaya a Bia Aquilano so it's not Obani chain and as Aquilano so it's not Bema in chain. There is no point in law say automatically now Aquilano needs to stay with the mother or Akolai needs to stay with the father. There be what the court will decide on will be based on a number of factors, but the primary consideration is what is in the best interest of that child. Into me, share Akolane Abra Bumwa, what will be the best interest? And Nunti, and sometimes Uber Shelona, you share Akolane Abra Bumu, and as a family relationship, not gravitated towards the mother, simply because if the Akolane or Oba, Akolani Stra, and Akolani so a Bema Grandpa Akolani Stra at the time, into me, a feeling say, Ebi Grandpa Obano, the Juma or Yeno or yet less hours into or more time out with media share Akolani. So when we look at all those circumstances, and they may decide to say, okay, Akolani Intina Obano, and I say Akolani. As much as possible, before we go to court, we try to make sure say you been negotiating between the parties, not NTSA so that there will be an understanding. Say, it is only when the mediation do not go well, and as there is a breakdown in the arrangement, and you court and sana any arrangement for that case. You need to understand, say, even if your ma the primary carer no a year or ban and as the primary carer no year bema no crown the other party may arrange say every other week and every 2 weeks and once a month or no so ebehu akwala either directly or indirect contacts ebetimi ayesa arrangements na nache say kama ebi ho no ebe ka say monthly letters ebe ka say bi amonya video calls monya text messages and all that, but the nature of the arrangement that will go on may have an implication on any visa the other party may have. So when I hear Obano now it is I say akwala ne ko kutina papa ne ho na ebia every other week there a video call. The Home Office can say okay, if contacting a video call, so your book would not Ghana grandpa still no. With me, I have video call into at the internet so that's to have access to your child. These are some of the factors that is very, very important. You need to look at when situations like this arise now and cause a problem. Now, another question in Crawford Ebisane say, does contact matter when switching to parent of a British child visa? The answer is yes. If migrants any active role or the upbringing of that child. And I said the plan continue in such a way, say ABA will need direct contact with that child. Then of course, who emphasis has seen and many saying what he has said, it is very, 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 very important. Say, whenever there is a breakdown in relationship, the arrangement between the parties in terms of looking after the child can be agreed amicably and answered through the relevant courts. And yes, a bit affected for every and it's something that people need to be aware of. I cannot overemphasize that enough because if you are in and crata essay and as a relationship when it break it down. Instead, they say straight away, or baby lawyer, now you take steps to secure Nipan and crata. On only feeling say, okay, so all my room back on your own fan and good sunny baby. Then Colano Omar papa, into they will not bother themselves. But you need to understand, say, if you do not arrange or not, say you do not sort out that problem, it will have a long effect immigration status. So if you are on my lecture, say trim into this office and in 1.5 years time and after 1 year time, it may trim by a new 6 months. Like I just say, office and ever be at this stage. It is very, very, very important. And so say people will understand. Say you decide to see which will crack more. You will not have automatic right of appeal into the. This is something that the people need to be aware of. Into the dealing with that curtailment can be very difficult, especially if we a Juma Krum has here one here with Juma Krapa we because you do not have right of appeal. Until that catcher say, if you don't bring it to a lawyer quickly for them to act on it quickly, one here catcher say, Pamo if a dream now doesn't matter why the relationship has broken down. For the migrants, the main question is whether there's domestic violence involved or not. And also something very, 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 very important. For instance, the type of relationship breakdown can be relevant in so many ways, and we need to look into it properly. And the reporting procedure and evidence are over and also is very important. Let's assume say wakoware oyere efi Ghana na odenaba oyere airban or the spouse visa na ebai. If the relationship breaks down simply because of domestic violence, Sa Obano everything has switched easily to what we call domestic DV, indefinite leave to remain at the time. The type of relationship breakdown can be very, 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 very crucial. In an indefinite leave to remain straight away. If relationship breakdown is not based on domestic violence, not a year based on another reason, not about anymore. While we are migrants person, you need to understand, say, it may not be possible for you to switch to another route unless you say a back a womb and sana with me and switch a co-parent route. Into the basis of relationship breakdown, crucial this way. Say domestic violence, you may have certain rights, and yet domestic violence, you may not have certain rights. But whatever the case, you need to take the necessary steps to safeguard migrants and as a visa status. Has said. Now, another question, meta inyapa lawyer. Nipa na mini nejai or per se or they apply if UK. Into can I take my child away from the UK? You can only take your child out with from the UK if you have consent from the other parents or parental rights and as well responsibility in respect of that child. And now say if a court allows you to do so. Into very, 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 very important. So we understand this. UK jurisdiction without the consent of the other parents. Very important because then saying so even visa and as well passport if Ghana High Commission they will ask you say consent letter fee the other parents in the into the debiano ye tumofo and as your mama advice say if Kruma saying that say you have a parent and as only the other parent of the child in the NTM as soon as you decide say you are going your separate ways our relationship okay kakana. Make sure say you be seeking the permission of the other parents in case you have to travel with your child in an emergency and as during a short period. Make sure say you obtain that document. As some year may come and American because there are some people on Obana and also Bemani HIV grandpa own me and come back and continue the infinity so Sikasem and Bemwa intino at any time be a movie BB Sano and as a relationship no na okwakoje akulane book amano. Make sure say sa consent letter ya you will obtain it at the very beginning of the relationship. Now in future the relationship need break it down and be affecting. Can someone apply for parent visa from outside the UK? And the answer is yes. And paying the brain, we think say we are parent of a British child. You only have to be within the UK jurisdiction and so that way application for leave to remain. However, there is a possibility so we are parent of a British child. Now we need Chrome has a crown, but not over direct access to that child. Now we wait me a year application for 2.5 years and if you amanone amawaba and sana waba Chrome has a internet and also it is something that people need to be aware of. If you have direct access to a child who is based in the UK, it is possible say you bet me I application if I'm on it I'm aware the abakroma say sometimes obi ohonoma or British child or ne nipana or ne woya no or per se or worry na or ne bahasi but ube shemo no they do not meet the financial requirements. A year 18,600 na obi nyano akoware okolane papa aba anata akolane mame ebebano. You need to say, this is another avenue. As I say, akolane papa anata akolane mame with me akofane aba krum hase without necessarily meeting the 18,600 rules. So long as I'm on worry, it is only obi avu. Or outside the UK, you can get that person to come to the UK. However, you do not need to be married to that person because as soon as you are really panel, then you need to meet the financial requirements. We'll see another trick in the book that I'm telling people who can take advantage of it. Lastly, there are a number of issues that always come up when it comes to relationship and children and all that. But advice whenever you get challenges, whenever you get issues, now as much as possible to try to seek legal advice at the earliest opportunity. Then train and see and train say you are trying to deal with it, you are doing back and forth. One you are not a teacher. Now, if you try to over correcting the grandpa and correct it, as soon as you realize a relationship a woman, there are challenges, there are issues. Never be a caution. Make sure so you come and seek legal advice. For instance, when I talked about domestic violence, any indefinite leave to remain, the fact that there has been domestic violence alone does not mean here they will encrata evermore, and as yet they will indefinitely leave to remain evermore. You need to have evidence of it. If you a lawyer, there's been domestic violence, but I mean need proof. If you don't have proof, how do you then go ahead and make the application? It might be ideal say the application for non-molestation order, meaning say any panel crown pono maybe within 1 mile of where you and your child live, the panel intimate and bound change. These are some of the things that we Fortwell Solicitors can assist you with the process near there, so that you can be able to use those evidence, to make your application for indefinite leave to remain. Clearly, you can see, sir, even though we are talking about immigration issue here, there are a lot of family law issues arising in these cases. And based on the information that they are mamo and then you can see certain scenarios where people can make applications for even other family members. For instance, Oba ewo krom ha say wope we single mother, we single father. Open a wo hwe wo ba no. E na wo nana anasa plan nana aba abesra a oboa ehwe akola. But you are struggling in certain aspects. Ebia ejuma sem ye de wo kwa ha ye de wo kwa ha say. Intina ideal, you know, ma me no enya parental responsibility a obetimi ahwe akola. E bi krampa na opese wodma akwa wo nana no akola ne nana no parental responsibility na ode akola na ede. Kofi Emma, because without the parental responsibility, on to be Emfa Akolan and Kofi. It is possible, so we can make an application for parental responsibility for that grandmother, for that grandfather, for that child. Now the Akola de Ashe, then an answer not the Kofi. So the Kofi now cover 1 month, 2 months, that's a arrangement in a new Juma, it is not working up a son in a back. Always not abide back because of your parental responsibility in internet. You bet me I hear application ama aklani na nana ama ne 8 na krum has say. You can see clearly from what I'm telling you, they say, and when necessarily say you're a dependent of an adult parent, but we are doing leave to remain based on the fact that the grandmother have parental responsibility for that child. In case then another day aklani eco school in terms of application na krum has said that will not work. But the simple fact that the family courts I granted grandparents, parental responsibility into you bet me age now so at the IJ and crata ama me ama no so abeboa ahwe wo ba e wo promise. Mama again, single mothers, and as a single fathers, no chrome has they struggle. Childcare is expensive. Into the growth will be epic coin our meet me day or memo abo mo no mabe o mabe na chrome has into the secret and as a coin and na married my catch on is getting parental responsibility for that grandmother of yours or grandfather of yours may be an ideal situation and as an ideal way of going about it. In fact, at this stage, you may be a flaw now or question be I'm waiting me ebisa. In fact, okay, so I mean to you.
Okay. Lawyer, the American United say yada wase ewo enchiremu a wode amaye na de tie ne say wuta uyo bi a wuta follow ye de ye ne say ye ma lawyer kwan ema ne kyerɛkyerɛ enema mu de maye na nanu si ye bie eye phone lines no atomu na wo a wo hwɛ ye wo a wutie ye wo so watimi afre abusa question biara wo pese ubisa lawyer de ekyire wo so biara wo pese ubisa lawyer no watimi abisa nti sabre de mi bie eye phone lines no atom mesro wa enne numbers we pe na edi dwuma is free esisa number so enne na metimi apeke wo call na watimi afre eye lawyer abisa wo question no nti studio lines na ye use no 0203 735 8820 0203 735 8820 anase ubetimi afre si mobile so 0778 793 9958 0778 7939958. Ebrese mususu me the lawyer and number ebetu jadi amount se opese uko Fortwell for asuye na oni omuko dinkita ho a eno susu no wabo modin afre wo mu no wabuki appointment akwa hu omu fefefe ba cyber die lo eya ewo studio a obefa uko na wayi won sama no nyina ede amount ewo sa akwa na so mi si eya number no su biem ede amount say studio lines near 0203 735-8820 0203 735-8820 and our SIM mobile 0778 7939958. The question a person will be said now will come about say be yeah busy will be nice no only evidence be no lawyer be any one nipa ni betimi aye dia fa sa akwan ne so ya abuse no all right there but next one thing anya smart say be se picture bi kura obetwa anase bia bi obepe bibia to hono mu na nko dia kwa ye de akoyi na no se obi a we na me wo a ekire se bia ya abuse me anase say bibia ni ho asa nipa na obetimi aya na ansa na yakonkrofo questions.
You see, say evidence be anase abuse be a koso a relationship no more advice I make ma nkofo ne say very 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 important say they will get the evidence at the very onset of the abuse. Intinosia application for indefinite leave to remain based on the fact that there has been a domestic violence in the relationship. The Home Office, for instance, will ask to see police reports. the Home Office will ask for their hospital records. Send it panabo, and I want make leaving mark be our home. They will need to see that. Of course, and physical abuse, and so now with me agina so at the IGDV. A be a honor so obey me agina be your friend or emotional psychological abuse also the AJ will indefinitely to remain. I have seen cases whereby in forward relationship even if you are on bank account cramp no and as an year no access to it. I have seen people like form if Ghana okoye ejuma ewie pe so this is sika ni nya ema na yere no kakra ne ate kakra de hye ne nsa yeah, and all those things comes under financial abuse. So you can have financial abuse, you can have psychological abuse, you can have emotional abuse, and it may not necessarily mean say a physical, something physical, but whatever level of abuse that you are talking about, it's very, very important to say you have some level of evidence because and yes sir mama lem in go for be back room has say ebia yakowa na abak room has say now akoye allegation bi afa the kunu and answer the yere ho without any altar of evidence no akọ say any panicking any idea internet. It is very, very, very important to say whatever evidence you want to get at the time of it happening make sure you've taken that evidence. A video call, a phone call to the police, going to see a GP to be examined of any physical abuse. Very, very important. Say you will deal with it.
That was it. Young call a message about way free anymore. Say good morning. Please, is P60 for 5 years enough for proof of living in UK? When applying for British citizenship, or no so no question or person who say P60 for 5 years, a bit me enough evidence, and I say proof. So what's in the UK hana, and I say BB or why I say when you're a come.
P60 is something that can be enough evidence. So it's not Krum has said. P60 in a sense, shows to say why a Juma or Krum has said for 5 years. Okay, but obviously, a non-qua alone may not be enough proof simply because it's a P60. A catch say the whole year, earnings a year, let's say £15,000, and as a earnings £20,000. But it does not necessarily show you say for the past 12 months you were here. Do you understand? It does not show you say for the past 12 months you were here. Even though while you were a Juma, it can happen say if a Chrome has say for 6 months. Then I will buy 6 months. Then within 6 months we a Juma now 20,000. So apart from the P60, the advice I give people they say add other document. Into the AAB, P60 will show the amount of money that you earned the last 12 months. The bank statement will show say every month you were being paid that amount of money until you are here for you to have earned that money. Apart from that, so a water bill, or gas bill, council tax bill will also show say you are paying those bills. So definitely you are in the UK. There's always supposed to be a mixture of documents that you need to provide to be able to evidence the fact that you have been in the UK for the past 5 years.
Lawyer Ebeda was saying, now, yenya esuso by Ibisa say, or a year in current and previous BRP cards, one home. Obisa say, is it okay to keep the old card and cut into pieces and then throw them away? And I say, send them back to them. And no, a question. Me pacho, no answer be na or a demand or say I'm on the route.
Your old card, you can either break it into two, or you can post it to the Home Office. Ideally, the cheapest option is to break it into two, because look at post my Home Office where and you're free. You need to pay for the postage. But the key thing is keeping the old card and the new card, is not allowed. You cannot keep the old card and the new card, and only there it is not allowed because you can get into trouble, a criminal offense.
We super so just when you be our nanso so ne din any we ni so birth certificate no so o pese o kire se o so no so o evidence kire se o na hwe akwala no bibi o ho betimi aya na
Yes, so when you obi awo na oba any birth certificate no so you will need to. There are two ways of dealing with it normally. The first way they say oba na wone na wo ye no ana bema na wone na wo ye no enti ase be adwuma na munya mo be call registry na ode wodin akoto akwala no awoda enkrata so. The fact that when I will share no does not necessarily mean that we parental responsibility. I have said that already. Obia bitimi ahwe okwala bia no interest say we parental responsibility. Inti no say okọ na ode udi ekoto akwala na ebe awoda enkrata so, then that gives you that parental responsibility that you need. The challenge with that one is say even if you decide say over application to the home office, the home office will ask you, say, that in a woo akolano for within the first 12 months. One fat would the uncle to akolano. So now I'm fans and with the uncle to akolano. So there will be question marks over them. And sometimes, because of that, they might want you to prove with other means such as DNA idea. But the way to go around that problem is to do an application to the family court for parental responsibility and declaration of parentage. If the court makes an application for declaration of parentage and then parental responsibility, you do not necessarily need a DNA for the court to give you that. So Obana court na Obana echo court say ampa wona we akwala papa into the farmer, that is good enough. And the bema, the amount that is it. Wait me the agent so application. Into no some of these things, very important. We need lawyer ever discuss it, then you can get it done. Gotcha. And take your next question.
Yo, ebusia yeda say, lawyer da say. Ebusia wasu gusto awutie legal hour dwumedie aha GN radio medin Mama Len me ne lawyer Daniel Kwe na ene ye ni wo edi enkomo yi me pa chowa sabre me de lawyer number so betu dwa edi amao esanse ye bre no konanim me de lawyer number to dwa say opese o call lawyer asuye na wo boa wo question bi a kire wa adwen so anesre wa ebre no enie fa pen natural number na ebomodin contact eye Fortwell no mo etimi aboa wo sa kwan so wo hwe yen wo Facebook a numbers ni twagu so e wo Facebook a obetimi afa na wa contact wo mo obetimi afre eye Fortwell office line is 0203 325 7030 0203 325 7030 anase obetimi afre o mo esi mobile so 07944 976161 07944 976161 na eno so wetimi afre na Fortwell etimi aboa ofefefe na lawyer ma membra usubiem ye nhwe se on se bia ye mfiri ni etimi wu abofra na nsoso na bia ye de nato me wofa bi me na na bi ani ade obi create me ye obi papa na ode ne ba ato no mpese me hu ne se me ya wu ana se me wu na me de akwala na koto obi fofra na me din ampie birth certificate ne so a ebe ya asem de ama me ana se chinchinchina me de akwala ne to obi kura na esese me din etimi epie ade ne so na mpacho ama me makola yimbre me wi ana wayi eye sa answer question na no e de ama me kola good morning
morning mbona juma
thank you so much me nti ne papa mpacho boko de obetimi akasa kese ama hello oh okay when to me am fakoto anyen kwan mpacho bomodin ase obesa afre biem ede ama me na o voice na me nti ekura me bacho pese o fra afre 0203 7358820 any studio line obetimi afre 0203 7358820 ede ama me mame emfa eye kole good morning caller hello
good morning yeah mpacho mpasa me bisa lawyer question kakra
yo mpacho e fra o say na kase free he hello
me kasa free UK
okay
okay question is madam fubi na why application ojina ne baso ojina ne baso na application no why application no o ma lawyer no mane kotua sika bibia ba lawyer ne ka chance 10 days time o be date ni bibia ye den amano ba still abo more than 10 days ni wante lawyer no nka wante hwe so ente no saa no a problem ana say
I don't think say a problem. Say nipa na ema 10 days na 10 days on bookie appointments in the the best thing for you to do is say over friend lawyer now no abo and come now na discuss say lawyer okay chair me say 10 days over bookie appointments am me bad it now bookie. There might be a number of reasons why I am booking appointments in the MRO. For instance, if me na me application amount now my promise will say a book appointments within 10 days, but going through your documents, me who say baby at Sochima, you don't have certain evidence that I need. I will not still proceed with the booking of the appointment because a very, very important say those documents, rather than say call now you refuse your application. So what me I say, into no only lawyer and discussing I share at the frontier holding it on sir delay no so why.
Okay, enti me nua be ma say line no went me anyina so bi mu nti lawyer answer question na ma me pacho a ye wie dwumadie a eye video e beda eye GN radio page me pacho Facebook so pese ukoko tie mu bi bia want me ne ya nhya ase a me pacho wa betimi akoho na akwakotie na wahwede eko na wafa afutuo so edi afri mu lawyer bibisa question bi about say ye di mai totu nkrofo ene ade na bia wodin MP birth certificate ni so e be ya asama ma wana say wo dia akwala ni etu obi a chinchin na ese wo so de wo de tato ana pacho no advice be
Mama Len, it is not an issue. A bia we asi bia o pese wo de ma oba bia no emrama opia otini be ma oba
Mr. me brain mema call na bemu na afei we are we ya no dia ma me the break akra be so so Mr. wa nya botem call good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Me pacho we din baby akase free now o question so my lawyer ni say.
Okay, your family Paul me free London.
Okay, Paul. Question my lawyer.
Me question is say Obana me no oba bi ne wo ho na oba no onye eduma enya 18,600 oye 3 hours nkwa nti menim say ekwan ba so na metimi afa metimi asolve sa problem no.
Okay, Paul.
Na mpacho we ye eduma
me ye eduma na so me hu ye
nti na ba so ko fie o so ko fie na application ko tu na oba anase we ne oba na ewoba
meni ni ye niba na efie ko no based on advice how the be ma me na maintenance na efie ko no.
Well, so when Obama any bad, the only option available to you is say Ubeko fie na waba. But Obama, if on 18,600 there, then ebe hardring. Into me advice it to you and say this a whole train na Obama 80 increase ne hours no 18,600. And sana why you any arrangement say Ubeko fie because there's no way around it. So when Obana any akwaladia, there's no other way but say Obano ebede. 18,600. I talked about the fact that you can get away with the 18,600 in a situation whereby a biawone akwalano and as only Obana ewo akwala but fee. They have a situation whereby otifie na Obana aba fie na onina fayefunu na Obana de akwalano aba UK. In those situations, even if akwalano I say Akwalane Mame is not earning 18,600. You can go around it and then you will be all right. So what you say. But one situation in there, you say Opa Obane Chona Okope hours in Ibikaho. Na Nisika na Eko ni Kakra and Sana wrote to Anamo na Wakufie Aba. Why?
I was need the own to me here because our back problem, our back problem in on to me here more than 3 hours.
Okay, Paul.
Anna,
okay. Now, what for lawyer, Mr. Wa, na question be and what me up Busano, okay, me pachoa, obet me a friend lawyer, bet me contact a lawyer, it was 0203 325-7030. I know your office line 0203-325-7030. Pacho contact Fortwell for no muntimembo and also betimia from West Mobile so 07944976161. Mr. Ayeba aha kwanchenti. Enye nsɛm ni nyina na ebetimi akyerɛkyerɛ mu finkyerem ade ama ye bre na etia wanti no kakra bia ne asoso ade ama ba to betimi abuki appointment na wakɔ ama lawyer etimi aboa ɛwɔ ɛyɛ saa kwan ne so lawyer mpacho answer saa question ne ma ye na afa mi fa ɛyɛ be 1 or 2 questions bi na yenku ye ne misrewa.
When it comes to name of a child that and necessarily say would they akwala ever to one kasa wo any person be out there is acceptable, it's allowed. The only problem is Ayana Omode Akulane to Obi Fufra. Sometimes question marks it's me baho say na when are they apply at to then a course no be say mo fi same but and yet legally no no kwanswa no any bia nyame ya adom next week omo use nkofo din e dia to omo badin so any on person almost stand back obi ho no ma realize apply papa crampo nya ne papa kwan a we fa so to even rectify that birth certificate in ya dia no so you be kan ho answer because I can see say and send everyone hope mama le now person be saying but then some raining why it gas so
okay mama imanoji mi chia we bia obi remanyoji epese wo hu say is sponsorship for care works and our sponsorship for care jobs ending honestly a question imanoji pese wo hu Mr. Wabetimi ya no amano
in patrol ending yet but senior it was a temporary measure if you can see me for announcing and time now already share a trim but almost new announcement beyond by so omwetwem into so person we small sponsor that with me page man no sponsor into the coin at that ho and na me no ka say
answer na me call last person so no nana ajima mechia we bibia obi anyame ensure pa afi baraza mechia pa we say lawyer you are too good. Thank you so much Emmanuel Dakwa essay very educative. Thank you so much, Emmanuel. Lawyer, my main call last question. So, also, from January, which category of students can bring dependents? I know a questioner and also abeton. Me facho betimi ya no ama yana.
From January, no proposal if you can see more for Edinburgh to which they are going to seek consultation. Say more on PhD and above. For ABBA and no a proposal they are looking to implement from January. Even though they have proposed it, nothing has been set in stone. Just keep this space open. But as to whether it will come on or not, I cannot really tell. But where will be a PhD and now with me a day will and answer ABBA until that time, so we master's programmer who wait me at the way and family and as a womba at Abakrunga.
Okay, yeah, but that lawyer see ebusia so share brena 11 abua pa ho dwumedie sorry so 11 abua pa ho ye beda mo asepa se da ne da ye ba moji yen ofeso na mutie dwumedie na mo hwe dwumedie na mo share na mo like e wo sa kwan ne so aseda kese enkoma obi biara ene me de share that they call TikTok man so anko life on tem e breti or bia na de call TikTok nti TikTok fo mo hwe nyina entia kese enkoma obi biara me kai wo se dwumedie e ba wa kwan so eye ebina de bia no ndu ni ahyase 10 ni ahyase ni asori so 11 enu nti me pacho hye so efa my e wo sa kwan ne so me pacho a se opese ukọ eye lawyer asue ya boni de huro e wo dwumedie so se initial consultation ni free enu nti betimi abuki appointment na wakọ Fortwell asue no mo etimi aboa e wo eye sa kwan ne so nti me pacho fa number ne frɛ Fortwell office line is 0203 325 7030 0203 325-7030 and now say obetimi a contact wo mu ewo mobile 07944976161 07944 976161 na lawyer etimi aboa fefefe me gidi se ene nsem a lawyer de baaye etimi aboa wo kwan bebre so no wasua bibia afiri mu empem bebre ne nsem ne bi wo ha eba na nya wo pese na ebeboa wo na emu nwunua bi wadamfo bi wodofo bi eni nti no bomoden na wo hia ebetimi aboa ma obi foforo so etimi ate na wasua bi na wala ni bibi ede afiri mu ewo sa kwan ne so yebeda wase se oye asuna uti lawyer bibi wo ho a pacho de betwa to ede amayansa ne asori so ana.
And the final words and the Roman microphone say Uwokum has said now wouldn't say this is the reason why our waha na at the current waha the issue the air coswa make sure so when a lawyer ever discuss it straight away ben train Emma engines and son our friend international by UK simply because we have extended family member of an EU national and I would depend our Oma so Papa so whoever it is. Now say see 50 hono since you are only dependent on that person ben train over say be answer our friend say be ware in your do back room has say e our unity in your day in krata na e ma e na wo back room ha e nya wa ho ofenti in your ma visa said brother bi e wo worry na worry and it is our really begu and now our really chia and our really bibia making sure say we be getting in touch with a lawyer straight away ben train emanyama ense so we bounce so na ugina no so na wodinya enkrata na ben dream say wakowu atu de bi nti de enkrata na amount but ye the enkrata na amount simply because we say na we hear what parental responsibility for that child na we try akwala nti so we judge akwala na remember say the betimi affected or enkrata into the condition I will be jina so na we the aji or enkrata no make sure that those conditions go on and on and on and feel no more enko e bi fofo into the ene area and as a net anope asem amede be jam ehono so any question issue yeah 9:30 to 5:30 Monday to Friday you can get in touch and you know be ebebo enkomo yeah that's be great.
Yes that's e wonchiremu a odi amaye enti abusua me sro mentwen ma eniema entete mpansan kora ansan no waka se wo kwa ko lawyer mesrewo a said the die bedwumadi so adofo bebre edi hu adanse se Fortwell aboa wo mo niema bebre ehu miniwa enka me so me fasa anamo ne so na matu anamo akọ Fortwell asoye amomo so etimi aboa me fefefe e wo sa kwan ne so ntimi srewo a hyene nso na ekọ lawyer ho na omboa said di kan no video ni beda GN radio page e wo Facebook ubetimi akọ ho na de kan se woni ya nhya ase from the beginning ubetimi akọ ho na wakọhwe na wafa efutuo so de free ewo YouTube so me pacho wa betimi akọ na wahwe eso edi free hono na wafa efutuo edi free mu ye kasa ye tenten ye du besi ha se ni akase ye dopa na ye gidi se wo so do ye nyame ya dom na ode ye nkwache ya na wotwe se nne ye beba na ya ba besum wo legal awajumadi se de ye no ebenada bia nti ebenada edura hye ne so se 10 pepepe ni ashase ni asori so duba ko midin ede Mama Len and I mean midin ede Ellen do na friend Mama Len me ne lawyer Daniel Kaina ye di dwumedi eba wa kwan so GN radio ye da se pass o ya so oti ye do be sia ya crown bye bye lawyer thank you so much bye bye
Thank you very much.
Yo Ghana for you want English approach my muha ya swedi yenya emranimfo a won akwadare wo emranimu a poto kasa mu ye kasa a lawyer for entimi ne no mo yemfa ye immigration ensem nyina enko dan wo mo Fortwell Solicitors emranimu akuku drofo se watna ha che ombeboa wo ma wonsa kan wo krata na se wedi edro nso a eyo mo kokokra eba ne nipa setena mu ani adwuma mu nsem bia omudim akotene pa omo wo mre di mani pa bia na de enika wo mu mponi se no consultation fee.
Fortwell Solicitors always puts our clients' needs first. We specialize in all UK visa applications, detention and deportation cases, student and work points-based work permit applications from both UK and abroad. Fortwell Solicitors also deals with long residence and human rights applications outside the immigration rules. Don't wait till last minute. Fortwell Solicitors is located at
Unit 1, ground floor, Katrina House, 58 Clarendon Road, London, N80DJ. Nearest tube station, Tempark Lane and Wood Green. Overground, Hornsey Station. Buses 41 to Archway and 144 to Maswa Hill. For more info, call 0203 3257 030. Call our 24-hour line on 0754 8701 011. Website www.fortwellsolicitors.com.
Opening hours Monday to Friday 9:30 to 5:30 p.m.
Thursday Beyonce Young Milton Keynes.
Fortwell Solicitors is regulated by SRA.
Fortwell Solicitors.
You are listening to GN Radio UK.
Ah, Mama Lean.
Me be poor man near Kohoma. Matisa Mohono, Muefi, dear, dear, so. Mpo frim wa odi ni koto be baby so means you fit mu ede man is ono obogu ne mene asia wasi anyi nensio ede masam sabe e musam sam ni mu asetre die wa ko tene ni die bi ni die ye ni die dia na ni pra fana na ni pra